makeup for a retro theme photo shoot, and I'm starting with the prep skin, prepping her lips, and my makeup going to be bold. So as usual, I am applying concealer underneath any eyeshadow to even up skin tone and also to create a perfect base for my next products. For this step, I'm using Too Faced concealer in the shade Snow. I do love those concealers because they're pretty easy to work with and they are full coverage, and at the same time I don't like these concealers because there is a lot of yellow undertone. Now I'm setting everything up with Sephora powder foundation, another great product in my kit when I need a longevity. This is amazing tool to use. Now I'm applying e.l.f. freeze gel on my model's eyebrows to set them in a place. I will wait a little bit till everything set in place, nice and dry, and afterwards I will apply an eyebrow powder products by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now I'm using eyeshadow palette by Charlotte Tilbury called Beautyverse, and I'm using a very nice transition color, very beautiful taupey color called Space Chocolate. To add depth into the look, I'm using the same palette, but this time I'm using shade Virtual Taupe. It's a very nice chocolate color. And now this is the part of the makeup everybody struggles, my models, my clients, but adding eyeliner between the lashes, especially for dramatic looks, makes so much difference. So now it's the perfect timing to add a powder product on the eyebrows, and as I said before, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Duo. It's two perfect taupey brow shadows. Exciting part, eyeliner. I usually do eyeliner on open eyes, looking straight, so I create the lines, and when I created the main line, I ask my client to look down to connect, and it just makes it so much easier to find a perfect direction of your eyeliner. To add a little bit more dramatic look, I smudge my eyeliner and I blend dark black eyeshadows inside my eyelid to create a perfect smokiness. So I'm using a small brush first to kind of smudge it, and then I'm using a fluffier brush to blend it. For my eyeliner, I'm using Inglet black eyeliner, and you can use any black eyeshadow. I'm using some random makeup palette. It's called Bank Girl. Now I'm adding some sparkles from one of my favorite palettes by Makeup by Mario. The palette name is Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, and eyeshadow is EM6. This is the name of the shade. And to complete the framing of my eyes, I'm using the same taupey brown eyeshadows I used on the top, just to create this perfect cat eye. For her foundation, I decided to use Huda Beauty Easy Blur in the shade Cashew. It's a good, reliable foundation for photo session, because photo session is going to be long, it's going to be inside, outside with a lot of light, so I need longevity. Glowy chest is a must, and I'm using glowy oil from brand Anastasia Beverly Hills. And on the top, I just set it with Tom Ford highlighter. Under her eyes, I'm using the same Too Faced concealer and kind of fluffier brush, so I create layer after layer for a good coverage. The bronzer I'm using is from the Hourglass palette. It's the best. I do love those powders, bronzing powders. It creates a perfect, a little bit glowier kind of bronzy look. For a blush, I used on her Juvia's Place volume number 2. It's a perfect, delicate coral blush, and I think for this look it worked perfectly. So now I'm just using a flat powder blush, and I use Sephora powder foundation just to go over the whole face and set everything in place. My brushes are premium Hoda Japanese brushes, S100. And final step, lips. I'm using NYX Cold Brew, and I'm blending with another NYX Nude Truffle to create perfect neutral lip combo. I do like create my lip combos using at least 2 different shades of lip pencils and just lip pencils because it's a better longevity when you apply lip pencil all over the lips. And I do like mixing lighter blending with the lighter lip pencil deeper shades. It creates this more complicated kind of Pinterest looking lips. This lip combo looks very good on, if done right, on a fair skin shade, on medium skin shade, and light medium skin shade. Maybe for a deep skin girls, it's gonna be a little bit too light, but everything I mentioned before is gonna work perfectly. And on the top, I add a very thin layer of Maybelline Super Stay lipstick. It's gonna just seal everything in place. The shade called Loyalist, Perfect Neutral Nude. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and remember, no matter how beautiful your makeup is, you will never look pretty with ugly attitude. Goodbye.